Hi, welcome back to the shop. Well, in the last episode, we went over the construction of a side table using parts from an old wine barrel. And I mentioned in that one that I would show you some other crafty kind of ideas that you could also do using different pieces of a wine barrel. Well, since I didn't get them in that one, I thought I'd show you real quick in this one. The first thing is just something real easy. If you just take a barrel top and glue it up, sand it, finish it, and what I haven't done here yet is just put a couple handles on it or leave it as it is as a serving tray. That was something that was actually requested by my mother, so I made that for her. The other thing that's pretty easy to do, again out of a barrel top, is to make a Lazy Susan. Now if you're going to do this, I will tell you right now, don't go cheap on the mechanism. I did, and it sounds like a ball bearing war going on inside there. But it was pretty easy. I actually kind of hollowed out the bottom side of the top, inserted it, so I kept kind of a fairly low profile. The actual barrel top was too big for our dining table, so I just cut it down and made it a little bit smaller. And it still works okay. But another possible idea. The last thing I want to go show you real quick, and we'll actually build this, is this candle holder. And this particular one, if you have an 1.5 inch, just takes an 1.5 inch Forstner bit and one stave. You can drill out a series of holes. It'll hold a tea candle. Actually, in this case, we have some little owl candles that fit in here. Very decorative. And I'll be honest with you, people love these things. If you give them as Christmas gifts or whatever, you can usually sell them for 25, 30 bucks a piece if you want to. Only take a few minutes to make. Let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how I set this up. I just grabbed a stave from the pile, and I tried to pick one that had lots of figure. This is all quarter sawn oak, so you can usually do that. And I just ran a strip of tape just to make it easier to see for you here. You don't need to do this. And I marked the centers of the stave in a couple places, used a piece of bent wood, ran a straight line across. After that, it was really easy. I identified the center, and then I found out that if you come off at 5 3/4 inch on center, I came up with a kind of a pleasing pattern as far as I was concerned for the location of the candles. From here, we just need to go over to the drill press. I have my 1.5 inch Forstner bit chucked up into my drill press, and one of the things you'll notice beneath that, I have a board that supports the entire length of the barrel stave, and that's because if I didn't, then you would start to get, as I got out to the ends, you would get some uneven holes. They wouldn't all line up and stay level when you were burning candles in it. The other thing, if you look at a standard tea candle here, and I hold it up against the edge of the Forstner bit, you'll notice that the thickness of the Forstner bit is about the same as the depth of the candle. So when I drill in, I'm probably only going to drill in just about 3/4 of the way down the thickness of this Forstner bit to allow a little bit of that tea candle to stand up. Now the top one, the top hole is pretty easy to locate. The others, unless you have a laser guided drill press, it's going to be kind of difficult. So you just kind of have to guess about where that center is at when you're drilling down. And when I measure the depth on this, I'm always going to look at the high side. Let's go ahead and drill some holes real quick. Now, I don't know why, but I'm getting a lot of deflection on the barrel stave. Usually you don't, but sometimes you do, and that's not a big deal. So I'm just going to put a couple of blocks of wood under here that'll minimize that deflection and allow me to drill that hole a lot easier. Now that the holes are finished, you just might want to do a little bit of light sanding, and then you can apply a stain if you want to bring out the grain a little bit more, or you can leave it natural. It's completely up to you. If you want to, you can put polyurethane or lacquer or something like that on top of it as well to protect it. Now, I've made just a whole bunch of these, and I have them stacked up in a back bedroom someplace. So when I need an emergency gift, I always have one available, and nobody's ever been disappointed in getting one. Now, there are a lot of different kind of craft ideas that you can use old wine barrels for, so we'll probably do at least one more episode covering a few more items. Now, if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please feel free to email me at andrew@thelevelplumbindsquare.com. And until next time, enjoy your day.